Do you live as if your life is important? We all think our lives are important, but so many people live as if they aren't. There's always more time, there's always another day, there's always tomorrow. But at some point, there's not tomorrow. At some point, there's not more time. At some point, the time was 2 weeks ago, or a year ago, or 10 years ago, and there's not catching up. I don't think there's ever really a point in your life where you're just kind of out of luck and there's no success anymore. But I can certainly see how somebody might get to that thought. But you got to live as if your life is important. Because if you don't, nobody else will, right? Who other than you is going to make sure you put on clothes in the morning, make sure those clothes are comfortable and fit and that they're there? Who's going to make sure that you eat food when you're hungry, rest when you need resting, other than yourself? But comfort alone doesn't make life worth living. Comfort alone, it makes life better for sure, but without a challenge, there's a sense of nothingness that comes with that. Nothingness might not be correct, but there's just an absence in your life if there's no challenges. But nobody else is going to give you that challenge. You have to pick that challenge for yourself. These days, the best you'll get for somebody giving you a challenge is maybe if you follow some internet trends. But in your own life, nobody's going to. At work, nobody's going to. You have to pick those challenges for yourself. You have to give yourself a challenge. You need to find something that you think is interesting and go after it. It doesn't have to be some world-altering thing like in the movies, right? You don't have to go fight Thanos. You don't have to go fight whatever world-ending threat is popular in the movies these days, right? Zombies was popular for a while. Aliens, foreign enemies, right? But you need a challenge, right? It can be something as simple as losing 10 pounds, picking up a new skill, just changing something in your life, doing something different. Go try something that you've never done before. Like go swimming, go rock climbing, something you don't even do regularly. Maybe you used to do, but you haven't done in a long time. Painting, writing, drawing, building something, working with your hands, working with your mind. Like you could pick up advanced calculus, just cause, right? Some sort of challenge, right? Like a real challenge for yourself. You don't want to go too heavy, too early, but you do want to pick up something that's challenging, right? And a popular one, I think these days, the most challenging thing most people face these days is in video games. And I don't think that's really a real challenge. Not that video games are bad, but the challenge they provide is not the same as actually doing something, right? Like if you challenge yourself to, okay, hey, my faucet or toilet is broken, I need to fix it. I've never done that before. And you figure out how to do it and you do it. There's some real skill gained there. Whereas the skill gained in video games is only good for that video game or maybe even that type of video game, right? Like if you play a lot of shooters, a lot of Call of Duty or Overwatch or any of those, right? Like maybe you get a bit better at aiming or taking down opponents, or Apex Legends, that was the other one I was thinking of. Maybe you get a bit better at playing that game or playing that type of game, but you didn't get better at life. You didn't get better at anything else. I mean, it's not to say those things are bad. Enjoy them, play them as much as you like. Just do something that benefits you longer term than just a video game. And some video games don't even have like a skill associated with them, really. I mean, there's skill at the game itself, but there's not even skill at other games of that type. Or like a lot of strategy games are, I guess Total War is probably the only one I can think of that where the strategy is actually applicable to other Total War titles. But like playing a 4X game is not gonna benefit you with any real skill except at that game, right? And that's not to say that those things are bad. Again, I don't want to say that. I play enough video games to be able to say that, yeah, no, I mean, they're not bad. They're fun, but they are fun. They're entertainment. They're not building you up to do something. Right, so give yourself a challenge. The next time something stops working at your house, whether it's electrical or plumbing or, like a damaged thing to the outside or something where you normally go and hire it out, maybe just try doing it yourself. Now, obviously, use your brain and don't do something stupid. Like, a certain point, like electrical, yeah, you need an electrician. A certain point with plumbing, yeah, you need a plumber. Like I had one where we had a water valve that was rusted open, and I had to call a plumber to fix that because they have to cut off water to the whole building and then cut the valve out, sweat the pipe because it was copper pipe, and put it in. And that's not a skill I have, and that's not one where it's like, okay, I don't need to learn that skill. But like one I did where we were in this building that wasn't really a building manager or anything. There was a shared bathroom, and the toilet went out, and I just figured out how to fix it. It was a urinal, so it had a different valve attachment, and I had to figure out which one it was and figure out how to do that. But now I know what to look for. Now I know how to fix that. Now I know how to replace them. So that's a useful skill later on. I mean, maybe it's not super useful, but it's still the kind of thing of like, oh, if that comes up again, I know what to do, right? I can do my home toilet if need be. And if you rent somewhere, yeah, okay. Let your landlord know and have them fix it because that's part of renting. But if you have a house ever, knowing how to fix that's useful. Like there's some stuff where it's like, yeah, okay, there's no real challenge in it. For me, that's yard work. I don't enjoy yard work. I can do it, but there's nothing really challenging for it. But I when I grew up, I had to help my parents do that. I helped my dad do some of that stuff. My dad was into woodworking, and so I learned a lot of those skills. I'm a little rusty now, but I learned those skills as a kid, and I had that challenge, and I think it was good for me. One of the things I've noticed is that my life is too much comfort these days, and that's what made me think about this is, you got to live as if your life's important, and part of that is giving yourself challenges, right? Whether that's professionally or personally, you've got to give yourself challenges. So I've taken on a few new things professionally that I'm going to try out, but I've also challenged myself to write more so I can get to a finished book. Challenge wasn't to finish a book, which maybe it should have been, but I don't think I'm at that point yet because I'm just not writing enough. But write more and try to make better videos. And this one was partially scripted, so I hope it came across better, that my thoughts were more clear. If you think so, let me know in the comments down below. Or if this is the first video of mine you've ever watched, let me know what you thought of it. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos every week on Wednesdays. And I will catch you next week with another video.